And that's how Avenue Florida ends. Oh, hey party people. Today we are in the city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Oh my gosh, I almost said Barcelona. We are definitely not in Barcelona. We are in Buenos Aires, Argentina. In one of my Barcelona videos, I almost said Boston. I don't know why I can't get these B cities straight. I mean, literally, I got one job. All right, I got two jobs. Go out and shoot a video and make sure I'm magically in an area that has lots of attractive women. And then narrate the video. That's it. Say Buenos Aires when you're in Buenos Aires. Anyway, we're in the city of Buenos Aires, walking down Avenue Florida. This is one of the main commercial streets in town. This is like right in the heart of the city. Guy's singing his heart out. Oh, did you see that? That t-shirt? That girl had a Stranger Things t-shirt on. America may be falling behind in a lot of ways, but we still kill it at exporting culture. I see American-themed t-shirts all over the world. Sadly, I see New York Yankees hats everywhere. It breaks my heart. Go Halos, go Angels. We're on Avenue Florida. And this is where a lot of people go to change their money over, to change your dollars into Argentine pesos. I'm sure you've seen other videos on this, but there's a very convoluted, complicated currency exchange system in Argentina. There's the official rate, which at the time of this video, the time of filming was only about 165 pesos. And then there's the blue dollar, which you get when you exchange cold hard cash into pesos, and that was about double. That was about 310. I think now it's more like 300 and 600. Depending on when you're watching this video, it could be over 1,000. Their inflation is out of control. You think inflation is bad in the States? In Argentina, it's 100% annually. I did not misread those figures. 100% annually. So if you're buying a empanada for 100 pesos one year, January 1st, the next January 1st it'll be 200. Out of control. But the exchange rate is also going up like crazy. So if you're traveling to Argentina with US dollars, you are doing quite well. Just try to understand that it sucks terribly for the local people. It's awesome for you, but don't get too happy about it because it's terrible for them. There's no way their wages are keeping up with inflation, you know? Someone making, I don't know, 500,000 Argentine pesos a year is not making 1 million the next year just because the cost of everything doubled. It's not keeping up. So it's a big mess. But apparently everyone on this street's got enough money to buy some crap on Avenue Florida. And this is where people come to change their dollars to pesos in the black market, so you might actually hear the call of the Cambio man. They stand around on the street and they mutter under their breath, Cambio, 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 Cambio. You listen closely in the video, you might hear one of them. I feel like I'm doing a nature documentary. If you listen real quietly, you might hear the call of the Cambio man. I don't know what that was. It was like a British accent, but I think I was trying to do the crocodile hunter. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I should have edited that part out. That was terrible.
Dólar, euro, cambio.
This street in particular is just under construction everywhere. I don't know what's going on. Non-stop. Look at that fancy store with their chandelier. Cuesta Blanca. Loads of attractive women in Buenos Aires. I mean, all over the place. But I'll be honest with you, compared to other cities I've been in, they are very standoffish. Extremely difficult to approach. It's kind of got like a New York City vibe in that no one makes eye contact on the street. Everyone is perceived to be a weirdo until proven otherwise. You know what I mean? It's got like big city standoffishness. But I even had men being rude to me, like didn't want to share an elevator with me, needed the elevator all to himself. Well after the panini. And also, if you are a white guy in South America and other South American cities, you get huge foreign guy points because you're different. You look different. But here in Buenos Aires, if you're a white guy, you're not getting many foreign guy points because the gene pool is very European. There was a lot of immigration to this city during the Second World War. I mean, you can see as I'm walking around here, a lot of very white-looking people. I'm getting hungry. Ah, you heard him. You heard the Cambio man. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? It's okay. You can rewind. I won't get offended. Go back 30 seconds. Cambio. Oh, I heard him. Ooh, empanadas. I need empanadas, guys. Hola. ¿Tienes jamón y queso? Okay. Dos de jamón y queso y uno de pollo. ¿Y hay carne picante? Ok, un con el normal también. No. Do you hear that? Do you hear that pathetic little voice I do when I talk in Spanish? Here's what's going on. I'm like not sure of myself, so instead of speaking with authority, you know, like a man, I do this little like beta male, uncertain of myself voice. Hola. ¿Tienes jamón y queso? I know what I want to say. I could be like, hola, ¿tienes jamón y queso? But I'm like, hola, ¿tienes jamón y queso? Do you have ham and cheese? Like I'm afraid she's going to be like, no, idiot, we don't have ham and cheese. She's not going to say that. I'm trying to fix that. I don't know if you guys have things about yourself you've got on your self-improvement list, but that's a big one of mine. I know enough Spanish to speak a little more sure of myself. I don't need to be that timid. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Any of you Spanish as a second language learners, I don't know if you noticed, I also asked if she had pollo for the chicken. I did not say Argentine style pollo. Tienes pollo. Because I learned Spanish originally in Barcelona. So, if you learned American English, you wouldn't start speaking with a British accent when you went to visit England, would you? I mean, I guess if you were Madonna, you would, but the rest of us, no. I mean, some stuff you can't help but pick up, you know? Like in Spain, when they say here, they say aquí. In South America, they largely say acá. And I kind of say acá now because I spent so much time in South America. Even though I initially learned aquí. But that shit is pollo. It will never be pollo. Ayer comí pollo en la calle. That is very Argentine Spanish. So many bra and panty stores. I love it. I love it. Women want to look hot in their bras and panties. I appreciate that. Look at this construction again. What was I telling you guys? Half the city is under construction all the time. This city, by the way, I lived there 4 months. I just scratched the surface on it. It is enormous. The whole city, within the city limits of Buenos Aires, is walkable like this. But the city is, land area wise, like huge, like LA. So you've got a city that's walkable like Manhattan, but land area like Los Angeles. There's 15 million people living in Buenos Aires. Plenty of people selling Messi jerseys on the street. I did not buy one when I was there. I mean, I'm not above hopping on a bandwagon, but it literally just seemed like everybody had a Messi jersey when there was a game on. You got to be careful with that. Wearing sports paraphernalia. Sometimes I wear my Angels hat, and people come up to me and they talk to me like I'm in the freaking dugout. Wow, what do you think about Mike Trout this season? Oh, you sure he's got about 387 or 46? Oh my God. Slow down. Just Just supporting my home team, that's all. I don't know what's going on. Otra construcción. Notice how no one even thinks about getting out of my way? I have to get out of everyone's way. Rude city. Rude city, Buenos Aires. That did really bother me during my time there. There's some really bad pedestrian sidewalk etiquette. I yielded every time. Nobody yielded to me. Not very polite. You can't afford anything in that store. Don't even think about it. The other thing they don't tell you about Argentina, they are so protective of Argentine businesses that anything that is imported into the country has a massive import tax on it. So even though you're killing it on the exchange rate and you can get like a steak dinner for 2 people for $19 US, if you want to buy a pair of Puma sneakers, let's say these Pumas cost you $75 in the state, and over in neighboring Paraguay they're $65 US. In Argentina they'd be $130. So anything that's imported, think about what that means. All of your electronics, the vast majority of your clothes, any brand you've ever heard of, everything in the kitchen, all that cheap Chinese crap we have in the States, it's not cheap Chinese crap here. It's expensive Chinese crap. And who wants expensive Chinese crap? Not me. That's a good intro song. I'm going to reuse that in another video. Oh, you heard him. Cambio, man. Ooh, sex shop. Buenos Aires has great weather in their winter, our summer, if you're talking northern hemi. It does occasionally get crazy hot, but I didn't find it to be too humid. The locals were bitching about the humidity. I'm like, dude, no, don't even. Spend 1 July in Miami, then come talk to me about humidity. I didn't think it was bad at all. Or for that matter, in Barcelona. Spend a July in Barcelona. That city gets humid. The city was quite dry. But it does get colder than you would think. It's quite a ways down there in South America. I was there in October, which is their spring, and it was jackets and sweatshirt weather. I even wore gloves a couple nights. It gets chilly. And I spent 5 winters in Boston, so I'm not a cold baby, but I don't like cold. Mujeres. You see that? There's some mujeres in the street. Somebody's rocking out. I don't know where that was coming from. We're coming up on the end of the street. If you made it this far in the video, don't back out now. You're just about there. Don't quit now. Shuttered metro line. And that's how Avenue Florida ends, very unauspiciously. Just kind of peters out into a park. That's it, party people. Thanks for watching. Hasta la próxima, chicos.